talked to Petty a little bit about, first SEC game in Florida. What's the transition like going from non-conference to an all-conference schedule?
Yeah, I mean, every game's going to be tough. We had a pretty tough non-conference, one of the best in the SEC, but it's different. All the games count now. You're trying to play for seed in the SEC. We don't really have any quality win. We had a really good non-conference schedule, but we didn't have any bad teams, but we don't have a Florida win on the schedule. So now we got a chance to get some quality wins. The first one's great. There's 3 teams that have kind of probably separated themselves a little bit in the SEC in non-conference play. Florida, Kentucky, and Auburn, obviously. And, we only play them 4 times combined. We get Auburn twice, but the other 2 we just get on the road. So we're going to try to get some real quality top 25 type wins. We don't have that many chances for it, and only one chance at home with Auburn. So this road game at Florida is huge. I think our guys know it. I think they're up for it. Florida's a good team. Got one of the best bigs in the country in Blackshear, and Nemhard's playing really well at the point, quality point guard play, and then elite shooter and lock, and Keontae Johnson just does a little bit of everything really well, and Scotty Lewis is a little bit like Herb for us, big time defender and slasher, driver. So, and their bench, they go pretty deep. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of deficiencies. I guess overall team shooting might be a little bit, but they're more than capable of making shots too.
John said that his confidence level's back to where he was in high school. What have you noticed from him in terms of just the way he plays from now to the beginning of the season?
I think he's established the fact he's going to play hard every single possession. Like that's, you don't have to fight him on that anymore. Like when we got here and kind of heard stories, talked to the staff, watched some video, I think he was up and down with his effort. Now that he's given max effort pretty much every single play, really all you're doing is coaching him. You don't have to get on him about playing hard. You're just coaching technique stuff, like X and O stuff. And his basketball IQ is really high. I don't know how many people know that about him, but he's really, really smart. Like picking up opponent stuff, running our own stuff. Like he's probably the one guy on the team that really knows all 5 spots on the offense, probably inside and out. So I think with just playing hard, knowing what we're doing, having a good feel for it, and then obviously his shots dropping, we're feeding him with as much confidence as we can and coaching him up, and he's buying into everything we're asking him to do too.
It sounds weird, but was his slow start almost beneficial for the way he's developed it? Because he's talked about, when he's not feeling it, he kind of focuses on the other parts of his game and playing hard. Did that kind of force him into becoming more of a complete player?
Yeah, we've been trying to tell everybody, and we keep track of those blue collar points, and we do, every few weeks we'll give them I go back to my math teacher days, statistics, we'll give them a little correlation, linear regression line. Like when your blue collar points are up, your points are up, almost everybody on the team, there's a pretty strong correlation between them. Now he was one of the ones early in the year, he was playing really hard with a lot of the blue collar stuff, but wasn't necessarily scoring it. Where typically guys are playing hard, like Shaq played really hard last game, thought he did some really good stuff defensively, one of his better defensive games, ends up with 28. JP's just going to play hard every single game, whether the offense is there or not, but shoot, over the last 9 games, his offense is clicking at a pretty elite level. So I think he knows he can always rely on his defense, helping to get his offense going. But whether he's making shots or not, he's contributing in a very significant way to us winning games. So just knowing whether you're making shots or not, we need you on the floor, I think just kind of helps you settle down a little bit on the offensive end, not put as much pressure on you. When he just plays, he's a pretty good player.
Coming into this conference part, you finished the non-conference pretty strong. Is that
No, I mean, it helps,
sign, or is
definitely helps our team confidence, knowing we've won 5 of the last 6, and the only loss is by 2 at Penn State, a top 25 team. So, we were 1 possession away from being on a 6-game winning streak. So, I think, one of it is guys are getting healthy. Herb's playing much better, a lot healthier. Beatles healthier. Reese is healthier. So they've been able to practice a little bit more. So our chemistry's a lot better. Some of it's guys just getting comfortable in a new system. And I think Kyra's playing a lot better too, just taking care of the ball and everything. So I think it helps the team confidence, team chemistry, buy-in, that we're winning games. We're not going to run through the SEC like we've been able, playing over the last 6 games. So we're going to have some adversity, and I that'll kind of show what kind of character we have when it hits. But I think our guys know by now that they just got to keep playing hard. Whether we miss shots, make shots, turn the ball over, don't turn it over, you just keep playing hard on defense. Like, you'll be all right and you'll be in every game.
What's the balance between the blue collar, maybe taking charges and stuff like that, and then maintaining health with kind of like a thinner roster?
It's a good question. Look, me and Clark, our trainer, have talked about it. I mean, Beetle is Beetle. He's going to be a kamikaze. He's like a pinball running around out there getting bounced off everybody. I don't think you're going to change him. That's kind of made him who he is. He's a tough kid. Herb Jones, I mean, Herb played for his father in high school. So he's a coach's son that knows how hard you have to play and plays that hard every time out. I mean, you know, what are you going to tell Herb and Beetle not to play hard? Like, you can't do that. So what we have done a little bit is try to, with the drills and practice and different stuff, try to keep them out of as many reps and maybe some of the drills maybe that they could get hurt in. But when they come into the game, we're just going to play hard. I mean, you can't tell them not to take a charge or not to go for a block or not to dive on the floor for a loose ball. That's who's made those guys who they are. And I think some of our other guys are starting to figure out they got to play that hard. So we'll be all right. We've kind of fought through it. Clark's done a really good job. And, you know, injuries are kind of part of the game too a little bit, so you got to just deal with it.
How are you from an injury standpoint?
Herb practice every day, everything. So it's the first time all year that he's practiced every single day, every drill going into a game. So he's a lot better than he was. Beetle's getting into a lot more stuff, not quite in everything, and Reese about the same as Beetle, but they're both significantly better than they were a month ago. So we're as close to 100% as we've been since before the first game.
Coach, you said this morning that Reese might have to have some procedure in the off season. What's the status of that?
Yeah, we just got to manage it. It's something with his hip. Him and Clark have it. I mean, he's definitely playable. They're just gonna. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. But we're gonna get him through the year. And he's a tough kid. He's proved he can play through injuries. He's played through them just about every game. You know, he's gotten different assortment of injuries, and he's a gamer. Steps up, plays well for us in games, and you know, I think he's doing everything we need him to do. He's obviously making shots at a pretty high level right now.
Do you know which injury it is that it's going to need more work?
The hip one in the off season. I think the foot. You know, he had pulled a muscle in his foot. I think that's just kind of healing on its own. That'll be fine. Something with his hip. He's going to have something done in the off season.
How long has he been dealing with that?
The hip deal?
Yeah.
Since before the first game. I mean, it's something we've had to deal with for a while, but we couldn't afford to sit him. I mean, you know, with guys being out, Quinterly not getting cleared, Rojas and Joanne Gary out for the year, you got 10 scholarship players and kind of only 9 in the rotation. You really can't afford to just sit guys for multiple weeks to rest them. If we'd had a full allotment of players, you know, maybe sat Reese for 2 weeks and see if you could have got him rested. We just didn't have that luxury.
Anything else for Coach, guys?
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.